Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel for this episode 25 here on Silverrun with me, Farmer Murphy. Well, it's been a few days in game since we were together. It is now May 1st. Both Mikey's statue and the loan payment has been taken care of for the month. I have let our money basically accumulate, adding to the total we already had, except for the purchase of the sprayer. So I definitely wanted that, and because we bought the demo model that they had left us, although it was basically brand new when we got it, we saved ourselves $10,000, so we paid $195 rather than $205. Now we can get the same kind of deal on the cedar planter. It's still here. It's just tucked in the shed back there. You can just see it off in the distance. And I do think we will pick that up. And like I said, we can get the same kind of deal. But I just wanted to make sure we had enough money to do what we're going to do here first. And that is buy the last two productions so we own all of the productions. You can see our excavator is loaded up. We're going to go do some tree planting, but we'll talk some more about that in just a minute. Now, let's make sure we don't get hit by the train. Now, these productions aren't that far away, so we can just do the 10-toe shuffle to get there, as long as we don't get run over. Nothing coming that way. Nothing coming that way. Good enough. So I cut across here. Now, the first one is right here. And that is the artwork. So we will purchase that. Now I think both of these take, well, this one for sure anyways takes long planks, but I'm pretty sure the other one does as well. Now the other one is just up this way. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put, no, I think it was actually on the street, wasn't it? I believe. Excuse me, coming through. I'm going to put both sawmills, planks long distributing, and we are going to purchase the long planks we need to build the boat. Yeah, this is it right here, Pet Supplies. So buy that one. And, oh, wool, planks long and wool. Okay. All right, so that's okay. We've got, we're keeping up with our wool requirements for the spinnery, for the fabric for the boat right now, so we can afford to give a little wool up. So now we do have a few planks long setting up at our sawmill here. So let's run and grab those. And I think we have one full pallet of wool too available. So we'll grab that as well. Maybe what we should check and see how much is in the spinneries. But I think there's enough to keep them going for a while anyways, I think. Oh yeah, so they both should be pretty close to the same. Yeah, 3,800 and 3,700, so they're good for a little bit. Now our boat is getting close to being done and ready for launch again. So we'll have those funds coming in. We'll grab the wool first. Looks like we have two pallets, so what we'll do is we'll grab both of those. That should keep that production going for a while. So, like I said, I'm planning on buying the planks long for the boat, because that's all. We'll buy it, deliver it to one spot, and then we won't need to buy again for a couple months. That is as long as, we've got two extra over here, so we're in good shape on this one. We won't need to be buying and delivering to various locations is what I was trying to get to. There we go. Well, let's continue on around. We probably could have burnt a Yui with this thing there, but Now I had to unfortunately deliver one long planks to the boat because again we needed a leader. Otherwise we would have had 2 pallets for each of the productions. And you know what we might do is maybe we'll just go buy one so that we do have 2 for each. Yeah, still only just 3 here. It was yesterday I made that delivery in game. So I'll get these loaded up. Now I'm hoping that between this sawmill and the one we already have on distributing, it will keep up with all of those productions. I think it should be pretty close because this one keeps up with the ship and it has a pretty heavy demand. I guess it just depends how fast the processes are there. A little bit hazy here today on the map. Not the best stacking, but it's on there. Like I said, we'll go buy one more pallet and then we'll have 2 in each. Give the sawmills a little bit of a head start. Oh, our excavator is, even though it's strapped, is wiggling around there a little bit on our trailer. Hopefully it doesn't fall completely off. I think I mentioned already that the cost to buy the long planks for the boat will be $40,000. But the boat is worth 180, so it definitely covers that cost, no problem at all. And you can see it there. It's just about ready to go. It won't be today, I don't think, but maybe tomorrow it'll launch. I'm gonna guess something like that, because it just rolled out there this morning. And it still had, like I said, it was missing some wood beams and long planks that I had to deliver. Alrighty, so we'll roll in here, and what I'll do is I will park this around here. Oh, whoever was here left the door open. I wonder who that could have been. Well, it's rather handy actually. Alright, well I'll run around front and purchase a pallet, and I'll meet you back here. Well, there we go, 1 pallet of long planks, and that cost us $4,200. So we'll throw it on here, on our very neatly stacked pile. Oh, that's bad. But we'll get it there. Maybe I should close the door this time. Alright, we'll go get these suckers delivered. Yeah, so we still have lots of money. I figured we would, but I was just sitting on it to make sure. I was actually thinking of buying a new truck, heavy haul version of the Volvo, but we had our farm truck sitting there. We haven't used it for a long time, so I thought that was kind of a waste of money, so I just hooked our farm truck, or the one we were using to haul grain with, to our trailer. because our old Mac is is staged at our new logging area up by the sawmill. I just didn't want to go and grab it. Too lazy. Alrighty, so let's do the art supplies first. I guess we'll have to go around this way. Seeing as we can't cut through there, because we're not on foot this time. I don't want to get too close. I'm actually just going to stop here on the street and take care of this, because I don't want it to take all of our long planks. There we go, and I just want to make sure everything's turned on here. Yeah, and they are. The other one too. Okay, we are good. Now, these productions should add a little bit to the coffers again every month as well. Not that we're hurting for that. We only have, I think, 2 or 3 more sculptures to fill the gallery back up, so we're getting pretty close to being done on that as well. Everything's coming together here on Silverrun. Okay, looks like we unload right here. I do like this little vehicle for this kind of stuff. There. Now I'll have to keep an eye on it and see how long that lasts. We do have a little extra wool, but we don't have piles of it. But hopefully it'll be enough. The sheep can keep up with that and the boat. But we're going to have some cotton here pretty soon, so that'll really help. Anyway, I'll get this parked up, and you know what? I'll get the truck up to the staging area where we're going to plant those trees, and I'll bring you back in then. So see you in a little bit. Alright, so we're up here at our staging area. I have our excavator unloaded. Now I have that partial pallet of spruce. That's what's loaded in here right now. And I also purchased a pallet of lodgepole pine and ponderosa pine. That's the trees that we primarily logged out of here. And if we go and have a look, we can probably find examples here pretty close. There's the spruce there, and they get quite large. Like here's a full-grown one there. As you can see, it takes up a fair bit of room. Right here behind it, here we have a couple ponderosa pines. These one with a kind of brownish bark. That's those ones. Oh, and over here we have some lodgepole pine. These ones with kind of gray bark. So that's what we're going to plant in here. And if we come out here, oh, some deer running around. We'll get out here in the open. And if we jump into construction mode here and take a look, this is where I logged off here on this hillside. You can see, you know, all the large trees are definitely gone. I left any of the, like the elm trees, there's one there, and any of the smaller trees I left in place. So this is where we need to plant. It looks like actually I could have taken a few trees right there that I missed. This little corner here by the creek. Oh well, as you can see, I've moved everything out of this area to the new logging area up by the sawmill, so too late now. So that's where we want to reforest. Now I took a good hard look at the area where we planted the spruce trees. I can't say for sure that I can identify any of them coming up at all. My hope was that they would grow fast enough that we could put like the spruce in and then be able to identify where they were and pluck the other ones in around them, because the pine ones, they don't take as near as much space, but that not seeming to work out that way, so we'll just have to do the best that we can. There's likely to be a few mishaps, but just the way it is. And by mishaps, I mean trees that are just too close together. What I should have done is made more of an effort to mark a location. Actually, you know what? I just had an idea. I think I had a mod in. Well, I know I had a mod in, but I took it back out. I'm going to leave you there, actually. I'm going to put it back in, and we are going to mark the first of each tree type that we put in so that we can come back and check. So just give me a minute, and I'll get that organized, and I'll get back with you. Well, welcome back, guys. Now, what I did while you were away is I planted, about half a dozen, I didn't count exactly, but of those large spruce trees, and I planted them kind of along the creek, one right in here, roughly in the middle, one down here, and one by this rock, so I know where they are. And then I planted one right there. I even used landscaping and kind of cleared a small area, and we plopped it in so we can see it. And then this is the mod I went and added. We're going to throw one of these things down right on that spot, so there will be no guesswork involved. We'll know that there's a tree there, so we can come back in a couple months and see what the progress is. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to unload these. Now this area I did take trees out of here for the money, so that's why I'm putting them back in. Now let's where's the unload? We'll unload that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw about probably about half a dozen of each of the ponderosa and lodgepole pine in. Then I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Plant one along that edge and mark it. I don't really need to take or keep track, I'm trying to say, of the type of tree, just as long as we can see it. The spruce tree is the biggest tree, and that's the one in the middle, so that's going to be easy to remember. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to load this head up. I'll throw, like I say, half a dozen of these in. I think these are the can't quite get close enough, ponderosa pines. So we'll get those in, and I'll get one down here near the edge and marked out, and I'll bring you back in. All right, so there's our little ponderosa pine marked out. So I will get the lodgepole pine planted. It's rinse and repeat, and I'll bring you back in then. Well, there is our little lodgepole pine. So we have our 3 test subjects all marked out here. Now, putting in the ponderosa pine and the lodgepole pine, it's not quite so critical. Like if they get close together, they don't have a very large diameter footprint in total. So what I have now is the spruce loaded back up, and let's find out if we wasted our money. I'm thinking this is not going to climb that hill any easier than the other one did, actually, based on what I've seen. Actually, you know what? If we go up over here, I think it might not be quite as steep right in this area. So my plan is to get all of these pallets planted, so that'll put about 700 trees or thereabouts in this area. Well, so far so good. But what will probably happen is I'll plant a bunch here, say over the every time I'm in this month, I'll come and plant a few, and then once the forest has grown up a little bit so that we can see them, I'll come in and fill the bald spots in. That's kind of what I'm hoping. But that'll be like maybe in 6 months' time. Well, we made it to the top, no problem. That's the main thing. So, start firing in some spruce trees. And what I'm going to do is kind of keep them to the edge a little bit, and then I'll basically know where they are, and I'll pile a bunch of other ones in the middle, and then, like I said, when I can identify them, come in and fill in the bald spots. Kind of my plan. Like I said, the willing nearly tree planting pattern. I think I'll throw one down in here, something like that. Like I said before, just kind of looking for spots that looks like I could use a big tree. Now you can see we have quite a bit of money left. What I plan on doing with that is start doing some equipment upgrades. I'd like to get a different dump truck, and I want to upgrade to the Volvo wheel loaders, so I'll start working on that. Center this one over here, something like so. The other trees we can put fairly close to the road because they don't interfere with traveling up and down the road, because they don't have a lot of low branches on them. So I kind of leave the road edge for the other trees. Oh yeah, there's lots of room between there, I would say. Oops, 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 oops. Swing back around here. That's all there is. You know, only 696 or something like that to go. As I'll do it in little pieces. With our test trees, then I might be able to identify the trees that we have planted down at the main farm, and I can load up and go and plant some more there as well. Well, I suppose you guys have pretty much got figured out what's going to go on here. So I'll carry on. I will also check the time. We might be getting actually close to calling this episode, actually. But I will carry on for a little bit, then I'll check the time, and we'll, one way or another, we'll bring you back in to do something. It's either sign off or find another project. So we'll see you in a little bit. Well, I planted approximately 100 trees up in that area. I checked we had a little time left, and I needed to do something a little different because that gets a little mind-numbing after a while. So you'll see our money has gone down somewhat. I did pay for the planter seeder, so that is now ours. Now I do have a tractor in mind, and we could buy it, but I'm going to do some other equipment upgrades here first because we don't need that planter for a little while here on the farm. So that's what we're going to do here. So I brought our gravel dump truck down. Now I've already repainted it and repaired it, so we can just go ahead and sell that off. And what we're going to replace it with is something that has the ability to haul, whoops, wrong spot, a lot more iron ore. So what I have put in here is, where is it? Oh, right there. This random dumper holds 60,000 liters, so that will save a few trips back and forth for sure. I'm not sure what this wheel design is here. Oh, no. The standard is fine. I think that's the lights. We want that. And you know what? I actually don't mind it in that. No, is that supposed to be stainless or? Oh, maybe that. Yeah, we'll do that. All right, so let's buy that. Now that iron ore is very heavy. So what we're going to buy is, for a truck, we're going to buy an older Mack, but we are going to buy this one right here. And we are going to put it to the max horsepower because I think we're going to need it to pull that 60,000 liters of iron ore up those hills. So there's a lot of options on this. So I'm going to go ahead and get that optioned up off camera, and then I'll bring you back in to have a look at it. So we'll see in a little bit. Well, there it is in our standard colors. I put great big fat tires on it in case we wanted to use this in our fields for hauling additional crops, because we could do with that trailer. Or if we end up doing any logging with it. I just like those big aggressive fat tires. So let's jump in, start it up. Now our iron furnace has a fair bit of ore in it right now, so I think what we'll do is we'll just park this down here until we need it, and then we'll make the trek back up the hill. Oh no, that was close enough. That's actually pretty sharp looking. Sounds good too, although it might be a little loud. We'll just take it on a little test drive around the yard here. With 1600 horsepower, it should pull this thing full of iron ore, I would think. Oh yeah, that's nice. We maybe we'll upgrade our old Mac at some point to this, another one of these. Although it's got like 650 horsepower, or is it 850? It's not too shabby. It does a pretty good job, but. Take a look inside. Yeah, pretty nice truck. We might do that. We might at some point upgrade that older Mac to this, but we'll just park this up here for now. I said we don't need to run to the iron mine just at this point. There's our seeder sitting there, seeder / planter, it's all ours. But I think that will have finished up the time for this episode. We still have a little bit of money there, but we'll just sit on that for the time being. until next time. Now, I think I probably won't bring you in until we're ready to harvest the cotton. I'll continue to plant trees up in that area. Now, I will keep an eye on those sample trees we have. And if we see any significant growth, then I'll bring you in to check that out. But unless that happens, it's just going to be keeping the productions filled with wood and waiting for our cotton and other crops to be ready to harvest. So that's likely when I'll see you is at harvest time. So if you're still with me, really appreciate you watching. If you haven't already, I encourage you to hit that like and subscribe button. And if you want to see when other content like this land, hit that old notification bell. But for this episode here on Silverrun, it's Farmer Murphy signing off.